Hey, what's up, guys? Savage at Recovery here, back for another video. Decided I was going to do a little bit about some of the things I did during my addiction, some of the stupid things I did, some of the depraved things that I did. Give people a little bit of insight into what addiction seems like. If you've never been addicted, maybe give you a little bit of a highlight on what's going on with the people that are actually addicted to drugs and how depraved those people become. All right, so let's get into it. So as time went on, my addiction got worse. So obviously, like it never starts off straight from the beginning with it just being bad. So first it was like I was a weekend warrior. I was drinking all weekend. Like I'd get off work on Friday and I would drink from Friday night till Sunday night when I went to sleep. Then I'd get up and go back to work on Monday. And then over time, I started like I was smoking an ounce of weed a day. And then what's up, guys? How you guys doing? So as time went on, like I recovered from making the choice to recover and going to a halfway house. I checked myself into a halfway house and went through a 12-step program. But so like as time went on, I was selling drugs. So I was homeless a lot. I would get kicked out of an apartment from traffic, stuff like that, cops, getting arrested, whatever. And then as time grew, like the worst parts of my addiction is when I was strung out on heroin. So like obviously, I'm sorry to hear that, Ginger. As time went on, like my drug addiction with heroin is really when things started to get bad. Like obviously I was selling drugs, so like people trying to rob me, stuff like that. Um, but some of the fucked up shit that I did. No English. Tell six I said hello. But so as time went on, when I was getting strung out on heroin, so like that's I was on heroin when I caught my first felony case. Um, I got kicked out of where I was living because the cops raided the house. Let's see. From there, the cops were trying to arrest me again while I was on bond. So we moved in with my girlfriend at the time's parents, and the whole time we were fighting constantly because me and her were both addicted, and her parents didn't know. So we were always fighting, and because we lived in her parents' house, I was like 22 or 23 at the time. No, getting arrested didn't help me. Like, it didn't help me. Like arrests aren't going to help you unless like that's your bottom. But we moved in with her parents, and because she was like the only child, she would like talk crazy to me. She would act up more than she normally would because her parents were there and they could hear what we were saying, so they would know that shit was going on and they would take her side. So it got to a point where like we were constantly bouncing from place to place. Like I've had to sleep in a bandos a couple of times. Yeah, nothing will help you unless you want to be helped. I ended up like I was constantly moving back and forth. We were constantly moving into places, staying with people that we really just met. Only thing that we knew about was we were doing drugs together. So like they were our friends. But some of the depraved things that I had done, the first time that I ever shot heroin, I shared a needle with the guy, and he told me that he was clean and the needle was clean, and I took him for his word. Makes sense, right? To trust drug addicts that they're not lying. I ended up catching hepatitis C the first time I shot heroin. As I was shooting, and me shooting heroin was getting worse, I ended up like there were times that I needed water, so I would like take puddles. Yeah, I don't know how to speak French. Like I know oui oui. I know yeah, it's pretty much the only French I know. Well, she's going to lie to you because her addiction wants her to protect herself. Like the addiction wants her to protect the addiction. So she's gonna lie. It's in her nature. Um so long story short, I used to just take puddles that were out on the street and I would shoot heroin with dirty water from puddles because I didn't have any water. I have a friend, he's dead now, but he once used toilet water from the toilet bowl and shot it up, and he got an infection in his eye and lost vision in his eye. Um, I've I've used like Gatorade. I've used I've used Gatorade and stuff to put dope in and shoot with Gatorade, pop, alcohol. Um, the first time I ever did meth, I had never done meth in my life. Decided it'd be a good idea to try it, so I shot it up. Big mistake. Hurts a lot. I once stole $20 from. There was a. I was staying with my dope dealer, and I ended up stealing like $20 or $40 off this girl because she was being electrolytes. Yeah, you're right. Because she was being a bitch, so I stole 20 or $40 off her. Um, what other fucked up shit did I do? Stealing stuff really wasn't my thing. A lot of a lot of going to stores and doing returns, stuff like that. A lot of share needles. When I lived down in Cincinnati, I was staying in an apartment, and the guy I went down there to work for, he quit working for the company and he made his own company, and I stayed with the other company that I was with, the one that I went down there to work with. So he kicked me out of the apartment because I wouldn't work for him anymore. So I was lay down, lay down. Shit is just it means like poop. Because all you need is a Wi-Fi connection. But I ended up staying in a motel, and like whenever I couldn't afford to pay for a motel because of my drug habit, I'd sleep in. They had like this little laundry room, so I'd sleep in the laundry room behind the dryer, so the people that were working there couldn't see me. Yeah, but she's not gonna understand what the slang means. You know what I mean? Like that's the one thing about learning another language. Like you can learn what the word means, but then also trying to apply it in slang is hard. Yeah, I have two dogs. I have two. Well, I once sold this girl. I once sold like so I got in trouble. I got in trouble. Yeah, I have two dogs. I have two. Um, so I got arrested because of this chick. So like after I got out of jail, I was hanging out with her, and I ended up selling her rock salt as meth. And then I sat there with her and did the rock salt and convinced her that I was fucked up. Oh man. Oh man. The grimy things you do while you're a drug addict. Oh no, they're big babies. They're big giant babies. They're pits, but they think they're people, and they like to sleep in. They sleep in bed with me. Man, that shit's crazy. That shit right there is crazy. I've been clean for 5 years. February 23rd, 2015 is when I got sober. Oh man, that rock salt shit was hilarious though. I'm not gonna lie to you. The sucky part about it was is I had like um pretty much the process was pain, like being more afraid of the unknown, like more afraid of the unknown than being where I was at. Like a lot of the times with addicts, they get in a situation where they're complacent, and like even though it's miserable, that misery is comfortable. So the fact that I was in a point, yeah, there's always hope. Yeah, like I've been sober 5 years, and the girl that I was dating at the time, me and her were together 7 years. She got sober 40 days after me. She hasn't done heroin since. She smokes and drinks. Well, then put her in jail. Get her locked up because she'll detox in a cell. That always works. Also, like back in the day, like when I was getting high, like I was getting high on fentanyl, but like the dope was cut with fentanyl. Nowadays, it's just straight fentanyl, and the fentanyl withdrawal is worse than the heroin. But there's always hope. Like there's always hope. Like the statistics for heroin addicts to stay sober, only 2% of all heroin addicts stay sober. But what do you mean your small child? Like your grandchild or just your? Yeah, that's all the dope that's on the street right now is fentanyl. Well, you have to realize that you have to just cut her off. Like the only way to get an addict, well, you just have to cut her off. You have to not have any sort of contact with her, not help her in any way. You have to show her tough love. The worst thing for an addict is for someone to love them. Drug addicts, well, yeah, of course, she was a small child, but you have to push that out of your head. Like you can't have any sort of sympathy. You can't have any sort of sympathy for a drug addict. Sympathy and compassion for drug addicts is what they use to manipulate the people that they love the most, or the people they steal from. You don't give her any money, no money, zero money. None. None. Not a bit. Know what you do with that money? Go donate to some content creators that you like. Take that money, get your nails done. Take that money, go buy some stocks. Go buy a camera. Go get some t-shirts made. Fuck. Go get a webcam and start a YouTube channel. Don't take that money and burn it in the backyard. Do anything other than give her money. Yeah, don't give her 20. Don't do that. Don't even give her $4. If she tells you she's got $4.55, Google. I'm telling you. Google, I'm telling you. You're not protecting your daughter. If you have a child that's on drugs, you giving her money is not protecting her. It's not, because either this is how it's going to work. Either you can give her, this isn't when she's a kid and you decide when she's 17 that she can bring her friends over and you can be the cool parent and they can drink at your house because at least they're at your house and you can watch them and you know that they're safe. This is how it's going to work. You're going to give her $20 so that she stops suffering, and then she's going to go get high, and if she overdoses and dies, you're going to live the rest of your life feeling like you could not, if you hadn't given her that $20, she wouldn't have died. Yeah, you cut her off. That's the insight. I'm telling you. I'm telling you the insight. The insight is you don't give her money. You just don't give her money. You cut her off. You tell her she can't come to your house, not to call you until she gets sober. Don't invite her for holidays. Don't Listen. I'm going to tell you guys right now. My sister got married. My sister got married. I was not invited to the wedding. My dad was dying in the hospital. It wasn't until he was on life support that I was called and invited for me to go see him. You just can't. You cannot. Listen. Any meal that you give your kid, this is what's going to happen. This is how this works. If I have $50, let's say, I want to go get some dope. I'm going to see if I smoke cigarettes. I'm going to buy cigarettes. I'm going to spend the money to go get dope. And then I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to eat. If I can get a free meal from somebody else, then that means that's more dope that I can go get. Because at the end of the day, I'm trying to take care of cigarettes, drugs, and food. Those three things. If I need to find a place to stay, that money is involved in that too. But if I have a place to stay and I've got food, it's cigarettes and dope. By not giving them money, makes it harder. By not giving them food, it makes it harder. The only way for a person to hit a bottom is for them to hit a bottom. And if you make anything in any way nice and comfortable, yeah, that's what you got to do. You cannot enable them in any way. You can't let, if they want to jump out of a 20-foot story building, You have to let them hit the ground. You can't try to put mattresses up and pillows and couches and try to soften that fall for them. You have to let them fall. And here's another thing. Once they go into rehab or once they go into a treatment center, don't help them. Don't help them. You make sure they're sober for at least a year or two before you start doing any sort of help. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I ran a sober house for guys. The Out of all the guys that did not make it, out of all the guys that made it that were sober, their parents did not help them. All the guys that as soon as they got sober, their parents were paying their rent for the house. They were buying them like taking them out every weekend to do stuff. The guys that were getting brand new clothes every other weekend from their parents. Anytime the parents step in and start helping them in any way, when they're sober or not sober, they do not, they like it doesn't work. Well, listen, like you're right. Like you're right. At the end of the day, you can't trust it. But at some point in time, you are gonna have to forgive her. If she's been sober for 2 years, all you can do is go by her word. But at no point should anyone make anything like anything easy. And I'm telling you right now, like yeah, know what you do? If she's got custody of those kids and he has them, you need to tell him so he can get custody. Like women need everything. Like women that are on drugs with kids don't need their kids. And not only that, anyone that's on drugs needs nothing. Well, I just got off probation. All right. I just got off probation. I was on probation from 2013 till 2000. Yeah, you need to tell the kid's father. If the father doesn't know, you need to tell him so he keeps her away from him. Like the kids shouldn't see her in any way. Listen, when I was getting high, I was staying with a family, and the mom and the dad both had two boys. The boys were 11 months apart. Those boys, whenever their mom would be dope sick, the boys would ask their mom, "Do you need your medicine? Mommy, do you need your cotton?" Like they didn't completely understand what drugs were, but they understood enough to know what a cotton was and that their mommy needed medicine to not be sick anymore. Like kids pick up and kids know. And even if you're high and you act, even if she's high and she just is hanging out near the kids, it's not good for the kids. It's better for the kids to know that their mom has a drug addiction than to find out that their mom was plastered all the time that she's around them. But that's the thing with probation. Probation doesn't stop people from getting high. I was on probation from 2013 to 2020. I got sober in 2015. Like I was getting high every single day before I got sober, and I never failed a drug test. Like if you want to stay fucked up, you'll stay fucked up. If you want to stay sober, you'll stay sober. Like when I was sober, I used to have to drive down from Cleveland to Ravenna, Ohio. It's a 40-minute drive to meet with my probation officer before they opened, so that I could check in to go to work because I couldn't afford to miss work. So like by letting me do that, I was proving to myself that I wanted to stay sober. Well, your kid being 2 years sober is different. She should be able to see her kid all the time. Like she's 2 years sober. Like, there's no reason that he can't see it. There's no reason that she shouldn't be able to see her son. But with Ginger's situation, where she's still getting high, those kids don't need to be around them. No, you can help him kill himself. Just give him money. That's exactly what you're doing. You're helping him kill himself by if you give him money. And I don't, guys. I don't need no like congratulations or anything like that. Like, I'm just doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah, like I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do. Like, I'm not anything special. Have I ever blacked out? Um, yeah, I've blacked out. Like, I've never fallen out from heroin, but like when you do drugs for long periods of time, like it yeah. Oh, she like listen. If she doesn't have a pimp, she is whoring. I want you to know a secret. Do you know how girls get dope? That's exactly how girls get dope. When they don't have money, there's one thing they always have. I promise you. Yeah, I promise you. Any chick that is on drugs is a hooker. They hook and trade. They trade favors for dope. That's a fact. Hell, even their boyfriends know about it, and their boyfriend will send them to fuck the dope boy for some dope. Like, I've seen it. I have seen it. Like, yeah, what like you have women that don't have drug addictions that get paid for sex. You're gonna tell me someone that doesn't have any money that doesn't want to go with through withdrawal is it gonna do that same thing? But meme Jesus, I have blacked out, but the difference between blacking out and like what I think you're asking about, the difference between blacking out and falling out is when you do dope, you nod. There's two types of people that do heroin. There's people that get energy from it, and there's people that nod off. I never was the type that nodded out, but like when you do like meth and dope and you do drugs for a long period of time, it damages your short-term memory. So there are times where you don't remember anything just because you're fucked up all the time, like days blur together, stuff like that. Well, you'll come to realize that when you're in a relationship and you're both on drugs, you don't love each other to begin with. Like, you can't love somebody when your entire day is thinking about drugs. Like, you love drugs so much that you're doing whatever you can to get them. You can't love someone else. They're really like when it comes down to getting sober off any, it doesn't matter if it's alcohol or if it's coke or crack or meth or heroin. It's all the same thing. You need to decide you want to stop, and you need to go get help and do what you're told to do, and that's it. Like, it doesn't really matter either way. And let me fix this camera because this thing's bothering me. But like, I've done all sorts of foul shit, like all sorts of foul shit, like running off on the plug, like like going and buying something and cutting it super hard and selling it to someone else. But yeah, like don't like take your money later, Google. But do what you gotta do. Like take your money and invest in yourself. Enjoy yourself. Well, the reason that I brought this topic was because I really haven't done a live stream, and yeah, you have to hit bottom. Like that's just what it comes down to. The reason I decided to do this topic is because oh, I'm sorry to hear that, ma'am. If you have a dying husband at home, don't be sending her money. Yeah, I know that I did 8 hours on Friday, but the reason that I'm doing this topic is because I haven't really seen a whole lot of people do anything about their actual drug addiction, and I see a lot of videos about people doing their prison experiences and what they went through in prison and things that they did in prison. And I haven't really seen a whole lot of topics about this specific thing. So like like I don't, because a lot of people that don't have drug addiction, they don't know like how bad it can get. Like I literally know what it's like to sleep in a car every day for months to the point where I had to fix the car. Yeah, it's the only thing you can do. Yeah, make sure you take care of your husband. That's way more important than worrying about your what decisions your daughters make. Like whatever your decision your daughter's making, she's making that. She's a grown adult. Your husband, he's sick. No problem. But the reason I decided to do this topic is because a lot of people, I don't think, if you haven't had a drug addiction, like you don't know how it gets. Regardless, like I understand that people use these topics against people, but I have face tats. Like everyone knows that I'm sober in my life, outside of my life. Everyone knows I'm a convicted felon. Like there's me talking about this head doesn't affect me, and I really don't care what people on the internet say. Like a lot of people don't really talk about their drug addiction, and like there's plenty of celebrities that have drug addiction, and like you have Steve-O that's talked about it, and like you have Eminem that kind of talks about it, but you don't really have a lot of people that are on YouTube that like Steve-O's on YouTube and he's done interviews about it. But I figured that this was just something that I could talk about that I have insight in that I actually have done, and I've done grimy shit myself, and yeah, I try to get on other people's platforms as much as I can. Like I've only been on two other platforms or two other people's channels on YouTube. I tried to get on to Jesse Lee Peterson's, but they told me they were going to pass for now. I'm not a big enough channel or have enough buzz going around me for them to want to talk to me. I'm assuming, which isn't no big deal. It is what it is. If I could if I could get up to like 200 subscribers, I would be pretty happy with that. I'd be pretty stoked. Not gonna lie. But like luckily for me, I didn't have children until after I got sober. So like that makes it a lot easier not to get high. Plus when I got sober, like I decided that I would rather go to prison than be to get high. So like getting high just isn't an option. Like it's just not an option for me. I actually agree with Tommy on a lot of things. There's very few things I don't agree with him on. I don't agree with him with when it comes to the Confederate flag. I don't agree with him there. But pretty much everything else, like he's on it. And there's my dog. You can see her right there. But yeah, like I agree with Tommy on a lot of things. Like, yeah, there's really nothing that I can say. Now, I was some people asked me to do like a breakdown of like on my other stream I did some racy topics on Friday that were. Oh no, no, it's not. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with praying that they go to jail. My mom put me in jail multiple times. My mom on my last felony went and wrote a statement on me to get me locked up while I was on probation. Oh no, you don't offend nobody. No, you're good. Like you don't have to. I don't get like one of the things that really bothers me that really irritates me is like the fact that we're so punished and so like it's built into our heads that people say, well, as a black male, well, as a white female, like at no point in life should anyone say as a black male or as a black woman. Like that is retarded. That is the most like my eyes can see you. I don't know why people have been so brainwashed to have to say that shit. Like either you're a man or a female. It really doesn't matter what color you are. She's calling you now. Well, Nate, listen. This is what I was about to say. If you want to know more about that stuff, like I don't know if I could necessarily do it as a live stream, but what I can tell you is like I can make videos and put them on Patreon. Like Patreon can still like take down my channel and take down my Patreon. But like over here on YouTube, like that shit will get me like super shadow banned. Like super shadow banned. Like just if you say the word minor and you say the uh peddling of, but not those words, the actual words, that will get you like shadow banned and suppressed and stuff like that. Like the algorithms listen to what is said, and like even if you type it in the chat, like it's all bad. Now, if I was to have like a BitChute, or if I can take it and put it on other platforms, but like to do a live stream on YouTube would be hard for me to do. Like, listen, like this channel mainly is just about like bettering yourself and like the war that men have. It's honestly, this channel is mainly about restoring men because there's not enough good men out here. There's too many soft dudes. Society has been softening men up. So if you guys want me to do, like, there's plenty of stuff that I know, that I follow, that I listen to and watch, that I can inform you on, but it's all like religion and conspiracies and hot topics. If you guys want stuff like that, like I can totally put that stuff onto another place. But like the amount of time and hours that it would cost to do that, there's no way that it would be substantial. Like it wouldn't be beneficial for me to put that stuff on YouTube. One, there's already plenty of people that do that, and two, like I would like at some point to where I'm able to make a profit or at least break even with YouTube, like to where I can make money and buy stuff for YouTube, at least break even. If I do that, there's no way that I'll ever get anywhere to be able to break even. Like I won't even be able to upgrade my cameras and stuff like that to what I want to do. Like the next camera I want to buy is either going to be like 25 to 400, 4 grand, and that's just the camera body. It's not lenses or anything else. So like doing stuff like that is just it it'd be a lot of time and effort that's not going to get me anywhere. Like if you go look up Weekend Warrior has like thousands of subscribers, but he can't monetize his videos. Uh, Allison down the rabbit hole, same thing. She's got like 60,000 subscribers or something, can't monetize her videos, and she doesn't like. They don't do live streams, so they can't they don't like it doesn't work like that. I don't know if they have cash apps. I don't know what they do, but they're constantly releasing multiple videos a week, and like the amount of time and effort and editing and all that shit, like just for me to start this channel, just on the mic and the camera, like the mic and the camera I bought is $400 just in that. The computer was like another grand. Like I'm just for that. That didn't include my Canon. I'm already at like 1,500, $2,000 on this channel. So to switch over to something that I know is going to get blocked and demonetized and shit like that, it would just be a poor investment on my end. But like I was saying, if you want to know more about Wayfair and stuff, like I can put it on Patreon. There's other platforms that I can put it on. There's something that can be done. I just can't do it on YouTube. Are you still there, Nate? I don't see you typing. So like I'm just rambling on at a TV, well, at a camera. Like a lot of this drug addiction and stuff, like all these drugs and stuff ties into that shit. Like you can't have free thinking people when you have people that are strung out. You can't have people that are doing something positive when they're doing drugs. Thank you much love. uh, have fun with your grandson. Oh shit. So Cries G just dropped 20 on it. She just blessed me with a dub. She just blessed me with a dub. See, I don't trust legalized weed. I don't trust, like I could go get weed right now and I won't do it. I won't do it because I don't trust it. And weed itself makes you lazy. Like in Ohio, where I live, you can get legalized weed if you have hepatitis, and I have it, and I could go get it, but I won't get it because it doesn't. There's no benefit. Thank you, Christ G. Thanks for the blessing. Yeah, it's medical marijuana is legal in Ohio. I could go get a medical card for my hepatitis, but I don't because I don't feel that I don't think one. I don't trust the government. Anytime the government gets in anything, I'm not a fan. Okay, Chris G, I got you. Well, the way that it's spelled, it looks like cries. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like to me. All right. I can't help. I'm dyslexic. All right. No, I am dyslexic, but that had nothing to do with it. I'm just talking shit now. Do. But to but to get back into it, hey, don't feel bad. I have 4 first names, so don't don't feel bad about your mother hating you. And not just that, but the way that my family named me, they named me to a situation where no matter what I do or say, I sound like I'm a hillbilly. Does what make your brown eyes blue? Yeah, that's above my head. I don't know. That's above my head. But a lot of the things that like I don't regret any of the shit that I did while I was a drug addict. Like I don't regret it because it made me who I am. But I do wish that I had like if I could go back, not be a drug addict, I'd be a lot farther ahead in life. Life would be a lot different at 31 if I was never a drug addict, obviously. Like Nate, I have a Patreon. Like I have a Patreon. You can go subscribe and I'll post all the sort of raunchy shit that I find. Like I like right now I've got screenshots. Yeah, I'm a hip hop guy. Like I like punk music and grunge, but well, I always had drive. Like that's the thing. I've always had drive. Actually, um, like when I was a kid, I was mowing all the grass in the like all the grass that was in the neighborhood. I was mowing for money. I used to be a high player in Magic the Gathering in the country. Well, in Ohio specifically, but um, like I made money by playing Magic the Gathering. I also would go and sell pops at like when I worked at when I was taking driving classes, I would go buy 50-cent pops and sell them for $1 while I was inside taking my drive like doing my driving course. When I was 15, I worked like 60 hours in 4 days at the Randolph Fair. Like I've always had a drive to work and make money and get $1 into $2 and $10 into $20. Like I've always had that hustle mentality in my head. Now, the one thing that does suck that now that I'm sober and I have hepatitis, like my energy isn't the same as it was. Like even if I was 31, like obviously I'm 31, so like my energy isn't going to be the same as if I was 20. But being 31 with hepatitis C, it's even worse. But yeah, like I come from a long line of hustlers. Like it's in my blood. Like I like to make money. I like to flip money. I like to always have money. That's the one thing that's hard about being sober. is having to go to work and have a paycheck and wait for it. Yeah, like I like punk and punk, grunge, and rap. I started listening to punk and grunge when I was a teenager because I was an angry kid, and then I started listening to rap when I started committing crimes and selling drugs. I really need to get. I need to go through and make some more merchandise on my Teespring. My Teespring. Yeah, I can get treatment for it, but like it's just a lot of like because of like I could get treatment of it, but this is the issue. I'm on child support, so like things are so things are so tight because of child support. Like I can never really get ahead, and the whole anytime I get ahead, the system just pulls me back down. I really can't. I really can never get ahead, to be honest with you. Like the more money you make, the more money they take. So pretty much while you're on child support, you just get yeah, you just get strung. You get strung along to where you're damn near paycheck to paycheck. They can write it off, except for if they get assistance from the government. If they get assistance from the government, then the state won't. The state won't. Yeah. So if you get welfare, if you get food stamps, then the state goes after the father. And like my son's mom has a daughter before me, and her dad's in prison. So she needs welfare for her because she won't be able to get like she won't be able to get it from him because he's in prison. And then she's also pregnant with another guy's baby. So she's got 3 kids and she makes minimum wage, so she's on welfare. So no matter what happens, they won't take me off. Yeah, I did sign. Like, trust me, I've paid a bunch of money trying to get out of it. Like I'm not even allowed to claim my son. The state wouldn't let me have that in my child support agreement. And on top of it, now I have to carry health insurance for my son. Oh yeah. What do you mean? What is please provide your POS? What are you talking about? Yeah, so when we went to court, the she told the judge that I paid for everything for him out of pocket. My Patreon is in the link. If you go down to my description, you can click straight on my Patreon. For some reason, you can't search me. Like I'll go to my Patreon and grab it. Okay, so it is. Let me see my public page. This is my copy. This is my public page. Well, my son loves me no matter what. But yeah, she told the judge that I paid for everything for him. She actually got more money out of me before child support got involved. Now she gets less. Let me see. For some reason, did you click that link? Because that's the link that's, if you go down into my description, you can see that, like, that's what's in my description. That will take you to my page. Like, I'm not exactly sure why it does that. Like, yeah, like that's my page. if you got like you, I'd appreciate it. Like I don't see my son's mom writing me off because I'm the only one that pays child support for any of the three kids she has. So I don't see that going my way. I'm just saying, if I had four baby moms, I might just be a heroin addict again. Oh man, um, what would I rather do? Have four baby moms or have would I rather have four baby moms or be a heroin addict? That's a really good question. Oh, I see you. I see you, Nate. Um, I gotta do some research and see that if I can broadcast. I Yeah, that's fair. That's a good question. Um, I'm not sure. I don't know if I can live stream. I might be able to live stream to Patreon, or at least what I can do is I can live stream to YouTube and then download it. Like as soon as I get done with it, make it private, download it, and put it on. Well, no, there's got to be some way that I can definitely. I'll do some research on it. I'll definitely do some research when it comes to. Yeah, my email is savageredrecovery@gmail.com. You can send me any sort of information you want, and if you become a Patreon, you can message me directly. But like, I have two baby moms, and I don't pay child support. I don't pay child support for my daughter yet, which I know that's coming. And I apologize, Nate. I don't have a whole bunch of stuff on Patreon. I'll put more stuff on there because obviously you're my you're my first sign up, so like I haven't been putting a bunch of shit on there because it wasn't really doing nothing. No one was checking it out. Now maybe because you actually signed up, maybe because you signed up, it'll actually make it to where. Why would you need my postal zip code? That's weird. But maybe you can see my like maybe you can search my name now that I have a Patreon subscriber. Like I don't know, maybe that's why I no one could find me because there were times that I would go to look for myself and could not yeah, like I just typed in my name into Patreon and it doesn't show me. And it says that my huh, I don't know. Oh, okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. Yeah, the only time I've ever signed up for Patreon was to sign up for MTRs. So I'm not super familiar with Patreon like that, to be honest with you. Sons of bitches. Alright, so I gotta figure out what my password is for my... Oh, man. White people problems. Okay, so that would make sense. Forgot password. Okay, my email. Give me 1 second, guys. I got some technical difficulties over here. I'm trying to fix. But yeah, like I'll start putting more content over there. I'll definitely break down a lot of the stuff that I find and a lot of the stuff that I can talk about in a lot of the stuff that I know. Because a lot of the stuff that's going on is very important for the simple fact that people don't realize that Trump wants to get rid of this stuff. And he said multiple times that okay, update password. That's that. Okay, verify code. Ah, shit. Okay, so here we go. Now that I'm done with all that shit, I can come back to the stream and it's not going to be boring. No. Okay, so I'm not going to sell my bathwater on Patreon. I don't know about you, but I'm an electrician, so like when I take a shower, my bath water, or if I take a bath, like as you can see, my hands, you can see the dirt that's in my hands. So if I take a bath, my water would be not clean. It wouldn't be like all cute and bubbly like Belle Delphine's. So no one's gonna want to drink my bath water. One, I'm not that cute. Two, it'd be dirty, like it'd just be dirty water. And three, that's selling bath water. Like I'm a little bit above that, but okay, so on Patreon, no, I do not get the whole amount. So, for example, Nate joined. Out of Nate joining, he joined for $20. Sorry to put you out there, Nate, but I will get $18 of that, and they will keep $2 of that. And Ginger, thank you for sending me the $25 Cash App. I appreciate that. I'm not sure how Tommy is able to have like the Cash App up on his computer and he does that. Like I have no idea how you do that because you can't put Cash App on You can't put it on your computer. So I like there's a bunch of shit that I need to do. I need to do and figure out. I appreciate the support. I really do appreciate your guys' support. Now, um, yeah, it'd be about that. It's about 70%. But I can say that instead of selling bath water, now if I could sell bath water, that would be an amazing feat because men really can't do that. Yeah, I totally get it. The only thing that's good for Patreon with creators is the fact that like here I have to like really I have to watch what I say, and on Patreon I can put whatever I want over there and say whatever I want. Like they still censor, but not as bad as YouTube does. But when it comes down to like selling stuff, the only things I really plan on selling is like merchandise, like shirts and yoga pants, like clothes, stuff like that, and photos, like screen prints, stuff like that. That's about it. Um, like I don't know if I don't know how many of you guys have followed me or seen my other videos, but um, I actually started. Really, you hit it one more time? Jesus, blessings. Damn, damn. David Moore jumped in here. Look at that. Dave Moore also dropped another blessing. Look, thank you guys. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. But so the like YouTube is cool and all. Like, don't get me wrong, YouTube is cool. Being able to like say my thoughts and get to people like more than just the people that I see in the daily is nice. But one thing that I really started to get passionate about because I had hobbies before I got strung out, but I didn't really have any hobbies when I got sober. I've really gotten a passion for photography and videography. Like shooting photos and stuff is really like a thing that I've really been getting into lately. And so yeah, if I'm trying to be some sort of if I'm trying to sell anything, it's gonna just be like clothes and photos. Like that's it. Like I'm not gonna try to sell bath water, or I'm not gonna be Belle Delphine and try to sell like gamer girl condoms or anything like that, or my used underwear or something, or like I'm not that type of guy. I'm not that type of guy. I need to quit smoking again. I started smoking again, and it's not good. It's just not good. And I need to shave. I need to shave my face and shave my head. Yeah, I was vaping, but then some shit happened, and I was like, all right, I gotta smoke a cigarette. Yeah, I chain smoke bad. I chain smoke bad. Like it's real bad. I appreciate your guys' support. I really do appreciate your guys' donations. I really do. I I really do. Like, what is if you guys have any sort of ideas that you guys want to see for content for me to make, you guys can always email me. If you guys are on the Patreon, you can contact me directly. Like you can we can message each other back and forth. I'm gonna end up setting up a Discord server for anyone that is part of the Patreon, so that like you guys can have anyone can have direct conversations with me. If I smoke cigarettes, I smoke at least 2 packs a day. Like I bought this pack of cigarettes this morning, and I've got three in the pack and one in my hand, and I'm gonna need cigarettes for the rest of the night. But like, obviously, this is it's no problem. You guys don't have like you don't have to sign up. I'm just saying, like, what content would you guys like to see? Like, I already know that Nate wants me to get into some dirty, raunchy things, so that is going to be put on the Patreon. I'll make sure tomorrow I'll start working on that. I don't want him to subscribe to the Patreon and him not be satisfied and not feel like he's getting his money's worth. So here in Cleveland, so like in Cleveland, cigarettes are more expensive than they are in other parts of the state. So like if I drive to like where my parents live or where I'm from, they're like $6.50, six something. Up here, they're like, if I go buy two monsters in the morning, if I buy two monsters for 4.50 and I buy a pack of cigarettes, it's like $11. Where the hell do you get your $40 cartons at? Because up here they're not $40. Yeah, that's why I don't live in California. California is shit. I will never go to California. Nate, I want you to know if I become a comedian or if I become if you see me in 5 years and I start doing photography and weddings, I might not take weddings in California. Like might not fly to California to do weddings because I dislike California that much. I've never been to California, but I have a strong hatred for California. A real strong hatred. I don't know if that's good or bad, but that's the truth. Those are the facts. Come out to Ohio, bro. Come out to Ohio. Ohio's nice. It's a nice place. You get some city life. You get some rural life. It's fun, man. Like I like Ohio, but don't get me wrong. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If I can make being a photographer a career or YouTube a career, if I can make as much money, if I can make even a little bit more money than I make doing what I do as for a living as a YouTuber, I'm going to be a YouTuber, and I'm going to, if I could, move out of Ohio and just go to Texas or something, or go to Tennessee, like just get away from this place. Yeah, all I need is a computer and some Wi-Fi, and I'd be good. But unfortunately, that isn't going to happen anytime soon. So I'm going to be living in Cleveland, Ohio, humping wire like a professional. So what is some of the things you guys want to see? Like what type of content would you guys like? Like Nate, I know that you want to see that Q stuff. You want to see that 17 stuff. I'll show you like here. I'm gonna put. I have a screenshot in my phone just to give you a little taste. Yeah, I discuss current events. No, I have not heard of him, but I actually, now that you mention him, will look him up. Because even if I can go help, if I can go hold his pocket on us, if I can go with him and hold his pocket and stuff. Yeah, I'm in Ohio. Ohio's not liberal. Ohio's a red state. The only place that Ohio's liberal is like Ohio is a red state, but Columbus is liberal. Kent State is liberal, so Kent, Ohio is liberal. Um, Cleveland's liberal. Cincinnati's liberal. Like all the big cities in Ohio are liberal, but the state itself is conservative. That's why we have a conservative governor. Like 99% of the time, Ohio has a conservative governor. So I'm gonna put something up here real quick. I'm gonna show you guys a little screenshot just to give Nate a little taste of some of the stuff that I look into. Just a little bit of a taste. Here's another one for you, Nate. The glare on that's ridiculous. I don't know if you can see it. Here, let me get the glare off. Oh, fuck. You're not gonna be able to see it. But this is Courtney Cox, and I'll read you what it says if you couldn't read it. Courtney Cox says, "How long does it take to cook a small infant in the microwave? I don't know. I close my eyes when I diddle myself." That was posted May 6th of 2014. And you can clearly see the little hand over the eye gesture with her and the little girl. Yeah. Like if it comes down, like I can do. Oh yeah, I know all of, like, listen, I'm well versed in the Q movement, and I know, like, I even know. I don't know if you guys have ever watched this creator. His name is Chronicles of Judah 114 or 144. Chronicles of Judah 144. He ties into what's going, like he ties in like religions and whatnot into like the Egyptian, like Catholicism and other religions into paganism or Babylon religions, which Catholics are tied into the Babylon religion. Like I know a lot about how like Satanists, and all that stuff, and all these things tie into each other. Like when I was 19, I my friends were Satanists, and I ended up making a blood pact with the devil and doing rituals and whatnot. So like I have knowledge of Satanism and paganism, and I've read the Bible many of times. I have knowledge of the Bible. I have knowledge of why the thing that I just showed you screenshots of, why that's so tied up into these people and what they're doing and why. Um, like there's a lot of knowledge that I have that I just don't really speak on because when I'm on other people's platforms, A, it can get them demonetized. Two, not everybody, yeah, and two, not everyone is like religious friendly and stuff like that. Yeah, currently, as of right now, the federal government has 180,000 sealed indictments. The average for a year is 1,000 from the federal government. Um, Epstein's case was a sealed indictment, and so was Max. So was Max Maxwell's, her indictment was also sealed. Ellen also had a sealed indictment, and so did Tom Hanks. And Ellen is actually under house arrest, and so is Oprah. I have a huge blister. They're slow rolling them because of Trump. Like, I just had this discussion with someone today. The reason that Trump ended up not really making moves on indictments and stuff, the reason that they did was because it wasn't until January when he got done with the impeachment. So he went through, because all I do is listen and read and research and look stuff up. I don't watch TV. I don't. I don't do anything but look for knowledge. Like, I want to know more stuff. Knowledge is power. Like, listen, if like I'm gonna look up on my YouTube right now, because I have two YouTube accounts. I have one that's my personal, and then I have one that's this channel. Uh, if I go into my sure, sure, I can post it if you want to come down here. So this right here, this is how much watch time I have. As you can see, I average about 9 hours and 58 minutes daily watching YouTube, and I have about 70 hours a week. About 70 hours a week, 69 hours and 47 minutes. All right, guys, I think this is a troll. Yeah. What's going on? Anything else? You done? Okay, so that was a troll. Yeah, that was a troll. See, that's what happens when you end up doing videos about level up girls. They get mad and they come into your like I got haters from doing level up girls. It's not even April. It's not even April. Like it's not even. It's not even April. Yeah, but my first hater was Maria here, talking trash in the comments. And then I have another hater from England because I upset him with making a video about Fendom. And for some reason, whenever you talk about, yeah, but July isn't about, like, that's okay. It was a good try. I'll give you a B for effort. I won't give you an A because it wasn't even that great. But if you actually at some point in time want to have a discussion instead of just trolling, then let me know. But until then, have fun in the comments. I don't know what it is about women, but they sure are sensitive when you disagree with what they like to do or what they value. E for effort. That's what you're gonna go. But yeah, when it comes down to yeah, I got some dude named Tony in the comments that he was talking trash after I posted videos about Fendom. But when it comes to content, like I seriously watch content all day, every day. Like while I'm at work, I'm listening to content. Like I listen to all sorts of stuff. Like earlier before I got on, I was listening to something about bathrooms and during the Vic, Vic, the Ventura was the what time period was that? Victorian? I think it was the Victorian time period when they first got like a bathroom and running water and stuff. And I was listening to also about cleaning supplies and like how things changed in that time period. Like I just like to listen and look up stuff. That's hilarious though. Like, can you imagine not having anything better to do with your day than coming into a small YouTuber's channel like me to troll? Like, I'm not even Tommy Sotomayor. No, the Victorian period, they actually had bathrooms and running water, and they also had gas. But like, can like right now we got 5 people in this room. Can you imagine not having anything to do with your day and coming into a YouTube channel that has 5 people to troll? Seriously? Like, can you guys think of anything that's better to do with your time? Like, if it was you, does that seem like a waste of energy? It does to me. It does to me. But, you know, who knows? Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe like I would just do something better with my day. I'm not sure if any of you guys follow me on Instagram. You guys can, if you guys would like to see my work, you can go to my Instagram page and see some of my photos. That's true, but like to be fair, I'm not. It's easy to be seen, but at the same time, like I'm not even worth the effort. Like there are so many bigger YouTubers that are way easier to troll and way better to, like just way better. Like why would someone waste their time with me? You know what I mean? Like I'm nobody. I'm nobody. Even if I had 100,000 subscribers and had 3,000 people in the chat room, I'm still nobody. Like I'm literally just a dude that's recovered from drugs that works a normal job, that has face tats, and is a criminal that talks into a microphone and looks at a camera. Like I'm nobody special. A troll is someone that gets on and says outlandish stuff or says stuff to a person to get a reaction out of them. So trolling is a slang. So like when she asked for the StreamYard and she got on here and the picture was of a big fat woman and then she just made noises. Yeah, but honestly, I'm not even really that big. Like, I know I don't got no mods, but for real, like, I'm really not that worried about. I'm really not that worried about blocking people. So I'm going to show you guys. Like, I know this topic was about my drug addiction and stuff like that, but so before I was doing, before I did, like, before I became big into drugs and strung out, I was into art a lot. I'm gonna take these off because I don't need them because I can't. No one's talking to me, so I don't need to hear anything. But I was big into art. All right. So now that I'm sober and like I've actually sobered up, I've actually got some things that I can do. So I'm going to show you my passion that I've been doing that I enjoy very much. So here's some of, so this is a photo that I did myself. A little picture of me. This right here is my buddy Resurrected that was on my channel. I did an interview of him. He's a gospel artist. He's a gospel rapper. If you guys want to check it out, it is in my channel. It's like an hour-long interview. This right here is Kent, Ohio. Nice little bridge. This is my boy right here. This is my son. This right here is my brother-in-law, my sister's husband. This is their dog, Gunner. Here's my son as he just gets done eating some deviled eggs. That look in his eye right there is, why are you still taking photos of me? Here's some nice pictures I took in Cleveland. This photo is at Nelson Ledges. This is in Nelson Ledges. Now, sorry for it being grainy, but I had my settings wrong and it was really dark. So I just like, it's going to be grainy because of that. It's a lot of noise in the photo. Here's some places in downtown Cleveland. Here's Resurrected skateboarding. Here's a nice little spot, sun going down in downtown Cleveland. This is right by my house. Like that's like taking photos, like that stuff. Like I enjoy that very much. I enjoy that very much. So, Nate, besides Q, anyone else that's in here in this channel, what would you guys like to know? Oh, look at that. We got another. We got another. We got another troll that popped in. But what other topics would you guys like to see? Now, if you guys go look at my Teespring, Teespring store, I fucked up the Teespring store, so like all my stuff is in one like spot. So I'm gonna have to go through and remake the stuff. It's pretty basic shirts. I'm gonna have to go through and put more time into it. I need to come up with a logo for the channel. But if there's any topics you guys want me to do, you can always get a hold of me through, like, if you're part of the Patreon, you can message me directly, or I'm gonna put a Discord together. Get a hold of me through the Discord, or you guys can always email me at Savage Red Recovery. Okay, so I will break that down for you. I'll make that video tomorrow and post it to the the Patreon. Okay, so I just found out that listen, bro. Finding pay pigs that want to be on camera, like I like that's going to be hard for me to get. But I just found out that I can live stream to Patreon, so I will be able to do live streams. I just have to. I just have to download. I just have to download something that I can use with Patreon. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do more research into exactly how to set that up, but I'll make sure that the okay, I can definitely do that. You might want to go download the app, because like with the app, like I message you directly from Patreon. So like if you go on to Patreon and you download it to your phone, you can access all my stuff and all my messages that I sent you. And I'll be able to live stream from Patreon. So if you want to watch the live stream, you can watch it on your phone, or you can also do the live stream from your computer if you have a computer. But yeah, like I can do all like listen, I can do all sorts of stuff. Like I can show you that it looks like majority of the royals in England and Europe were black. Like I can do a whole video about that, and about how the Black Plague ended up. It's believed that the Black Plague actually got rid of the blacks that were in rule, and the whites at the time were the slaves, and that's where the term slave comes from, is from the word serf or Slav. Like I'll start doing way more stuff on Patreon. So like I think I'm gonna have to up. I think I'm gonna have to go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sit down and go through and work on my Patreon more to be able to do all this stuff. But I will end up doing it. But yeah. Yeah, it's the best thing to do. Like, Crystal, thank you for becoming a Patreon subscriber. I will. I promise you guys that I will. I will make this. I will make the Patreon a much more. That's the best thing to do is to tell them everything, because if you're keeping, there's a saying in AA that you're as sick as your secret. So if you're keeping your secret, your daughter's secrets, then you're also sick. But I'll make sure that I do, like, this week I'm gonna hunker down and I'm gonna bust. I'll make the Patreon much better. Put more content on it, and I'll also go back in and start revamping merchandise and whatnot. And I'll make sure I put videos on this page. Yeah. Okay. I'll do that. I will do that. Now I got a question for you. Are you guys able to search me on Patreon, or did you have to use my link? Um, Crime Retribution Reality is he's a subscriber, and I do not believe he's French. I don't believe he's French. Here, I'm gonna go to Patreon and see if I can Google myself. Oh no, but lets me log in. See, what's crazy is what's crazy is yeah, she's from France, my dude. Yeah, no English. She was speaking to you. I was speaking to you as well. Yeah, I can share it again. Okay, that's the StreamYard. My page. See, I need to see if I can. I need to find. I need to. I need to really like. I apologize, guys. I have half-assed a lot of like. I half-assed my merchandise, and I half-assed this. I half-assed this Patreon. Do. Yeah, I half-assed that shit. Yeah, he's a subscriber. Yeah, I don't know why you can't find me on search. Like, I'm not sure what. Like, I don't know if it's on my end. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it is. Like, I'm not. I'm not sure. I really am not. I really don't know. I'm gonna have to research it and figure out why it can't be searched. Like, it's got to be. Like, it's really got to be. LMAO means laughing my ass off. Is what that stands for. It's an abbreviation. Yeah, like I'm gonna have to. It might just be the tier that I'm at. Like I'm not exactly sure why it's not. I'll have to Google it and do more research. I'll spend more time tomorrow figuring out all the things I need to set up since I actually have people that are using it. But you guys, like I said, you guys can contact me directly through the Patreon. Let me know, like send me links or send me stuff that you want me to do videos on. OSS, I'm not exactly sure what you mean. But like I said, if there's articles or anything you guys want me to talk about, you can always email me the article. You guys can always email me an article, and I'll make a video about it. Hey Nate Wynn, quit showing off how cultured you are. Quit. Not all of us can speak French, okay? Don't make me go get a translator. Jesus, bejesus. I need to get my paperwork together. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to bust out the old translator. Yes, I seen. I messaged you back and said thank you. Because she's from France and she doesn't speak English. That's why her name is No English, and she's using this. She's using the channel to listen to what we say to pick up English. That's the whole purpose of her being in the chat and why she's trying to follow what we're saying. She doesn't even live in America. Do. Man, I'm old. Every time I type my birthday in, I feel old. Every time. Every single time. You guys ever feel like that? You guys ever feel that way? I feel like that sometimes. Like when I realize that I'm 31, like I feel like I am super super old. That could just be me. See, when it goes, I can look at my page, but it doesn't. So it says that I can only see my page. So it means that I have it locked on my side. I'm assuming it's what that means. Yeah, I was born in '89. I was born in '89. I was definitely born in '89. I'm trying to see if I can get this. it says that my account is like my page is locked. There's got to be a setting. There's got to be a setting. Hmm. That's weird. Yeah, I am just a baby, but I still feel old, just because I've put my body through so much abuse between all the fighting and violence and selling drugs and whatnot. Plus, I do manual labor every day. Plus, I have a 3-year-old that I chase around, and he can out like he's got more energy than I do. All right, so when I Google my name, it does not let me see myself. But when I go to my page, I'm gonna have to look into it because the more I sit here, I'm just gonna make this stream boring. Well, usually the people that are the smartest have the most trouble getting sober because they overthink it. But for me, I never hung like when you're getting high, you don't hang out with people that are sober. So you like in your mind becomes your reality becomes warped. So like I never thought that I'd be sober because I never seen anybody sober. Like I thought everybody just used drugs. Like even though I knew better, like my parents weren't strung out, but like in my drug addicted mind, I just justified that as in like my parents don't do drugs because they're 50. But all the people I know that are 20, 30 years old, were all getting high. So like in my mind, I justified my own bullshit. And it wasn't until like I just had nowhere to go, nothing left. I had burnt all my bridges. Like I was miserable. Like there were some signs that God had put in my life for me to get sober, and like I didn't notice them at the time. But like the thing with addiction is once you get addicted to drugs, like it takes over your soul. It takes your soul out of your body. It changes who you are and the way that you see things. Like you don't see and do stuff the same way. Everything that everything that you do is through a distorted lens. Everything is through a distorted lens. So when you do that, that's just how it goes. Yeah, that's why like if you look in like if you look into Satanism and stuff like that, like drugs are a big part of rituals. Now, if you guys all downloaded if you have a Patreon app, then I can message you directly. Like I just sent all of you messages. Oh, it shows me your guys' emails too, so I can email you if I would like. That's cool. That's cool. I don't know why this thing's acting slow now that I'm trying to message you. But the thing with addiction is you like the longer and longer you're addicted, the more and more you it's like the Matrix. You are building your own reality and like your brain and your thought process becomes warped. Like if a normal person saw someone eat something and they died, they wouldn't eat it. But a heroin addict hears that someone overdosed from some dope, they want to go buy that dope. Yeah, like I want to understand how I can get it to where people can search me because because it doesn't look like I can do that. Oh, Ginger, like it's gonna be okay. All you can do is pray for her, and God will listen. If it wasn't for people praying for me, God wouldn't have interjected in my life because I wasn't deserving of it. It is fucking hot. I am sweating ridiculously. So what do you guys want to talk about? I already know, Nate, you want to talk about some get me kicked off of YouTube type stuff. Like I already know that you want me to do some stuff that's gonna get me kicked off here. But did anyone see about that judge being shot? Her son being killed? There was a judge that's related to the Epstein case that is Deutsche Bank is being sued for improper business practices of money laundering and keeping records. And yesterday, a person showed up in a FedEx uniform and shot her husband and her son, and they found him dead today with a gunshot wound to the head, self-inflicted. Anyone see that story? Nobody? So, if you guys like, what type of video do you want me to make tomorrow? Like, what topics do you want me to touch on tomorrow? And I'll make sure that I do some research tonight when I get off. And I'll have some, I already know, Nate, I'm going to have stuff up on the Patreon for you. It's not free promotion for FedEx. The dude was wearing a FedEx uniform that did the killing. But yeah, it's related to the Deutsche Bank. Make a how-to Patreon video. Fuck you. Okay, I guess I deserve that, Nate. That's fair. That's fair. Touche. You gave me a good one. Well, guys, I am down to my last cigarette, so I'm going to go buy cigarettes, and I am going to have to make something to eat, and I got to do some research for tomorrow. All right, I'll make a video tomorrow for Patreon. But the people that are connected to the Patreon, you guys can message me. Tell me what topics you want. I'll do a tutorial on how to get around on Patreon, and I will make a video for some Q stuff that's going on for the Patreon, and I'll set it up to where I can live stream on Patreon. So I'll make sure that I do a video for YouTube, and I'll live stream for Patreon tomorrow. I don't know what touchy means, or touchy, but no problem. Mary, if you have any more questions, you're more than welcome to hit me up and I'll answer your questions. Or if you just need someone to talk to, go ahead, just hit me up. Thank you guys for your support. If it wasn't for you guys, I would just be a guy staring into a microphone, talking to a camera by myself, looking crazy. I appreciate your guys' support. Stay savage, guys.